Welcome to the New York Outlook for Monday, the 5th of February 2024. Starting off with the economic calendar, as you can see, there's one red folder US session news. That's significant. Depending on the news release, you'd manage your trades accordingly. I wouldn't close any trades because of this news release. Whatever the news release is, I'll manage my open trade positions accordingly. However, for me, in my trade plan specifically, there isn't any reason to trade during the New York session, and the London session didn't present any ideas as well. So let's jump into the charts and then I can explain further. In terms of market structure, what we can see right now is that we're finally getting this potential body break to confirm that the 4-hour market structure is finally being committed to the downside, where we'll have bearish market structure confirmed because we had the change of character right here and now the break of structure. However, this 4-hour candle still has about an hour and a half before it confirms that fact. Once it does, we will be operating an ERL continuation momentum scenario, and from a daily perspective, it's likely that actually from a daily perspective, we don't yet have 3 consecutive bearish day closes, so there's still some work to be done in that regard before we can anticipate a reversal. So again, chatting on the 4-hour chart, essentially when we came into the session this morning, we identified that we were still in this uncertain scenario, and the fact that there was all this IRL to the left that had been used up. Even on the 5 and 15 minute, there wasn't really anything left to consider shorting. So while we did have this 4-hour backing, we had to acknowledge that there wasn't really any time for price to actually build new IRL on the 5 or 15 minute to enable us to short towards this target. Having said all of that, in the London session, my primary idea was for price to reach one of these two OBs, in which case IRL would have been developed. We would have had appropriate 4H backing to back the idea to target this low, or at least the ERL target. However, having said all of that, none of that materialized, and we actually pushed down pretty much immediately in Frankfurt and London, which then took out a significant target for the day, which essentially for my trading plan invalidates me shorting, because I don't really know how far this may move. It may just be a week and we continue up, so for that reason I stopped shorting for the day. In terms of longs, like I said, I don't have any reason to consider longing today and not even tomorrow, as we only have one bearish close day, and today will likely close bearish, but for me to long, I need 3 bearish close days before the 4th day can be anticipated to be bullish. Having said all of that, what does this mean for my New York session? Well, it simply means that I cannot short anymore. My only direction to short was to actually target. Sorry, my only trade direction for the day was to only short, and since the objective of shorting has been achieved, there's no further reason to short, and like I explained just now, there's no reason for me to long, at least not yet. Having said all of that, it essentially means that I can take the New York session off and potentially work on something else. I'm probably planning to actually review my trade plan and ensure everything that within my trade plan is indeed logical and nothing is overly judgmental, or at least if there is judgmental aspects, I'd like to try and make them as mechanical as possible. Other than that, have a good New York session, and we'll chat again for the end of day review. However, it's likely to be quite similar to this, so I might not do one.